สวัสดีค่ะ and welcome back to Ed Brain Insight here on GBN Station. You are now with me, Gongano Shitpan. As always, I will be giving you updates on Buddhist activities from around the world. COVID-19 pandemic is now leading everyone to a new normal, and today we are going to explore a new Buddhist lifestyle. First, let us start with the online Dhamma lecture in Thailand. The COVID-19 has resulted in schools shut all across the world. As a result, education has changed dramatically with the distinctive rise of e-learning, whereby teaching is undertaken remotely and on digital platforms. Most Venerable Professor Dr. Prapom Bandit, Rector of Dhamma College, and the Abbot of Payurawongsavat Varavihan Temple hosted an online Buddhist delegates lecture to the students in Phetchabun campus on 18 May, following the school closure measures. The lecture, which mainly discussed on the role of the Thai Dhamma bhikkhus and the purpose of propagating Dhamma overseas, was held via Zoom application, where 100 people can join with crystal clear, face-to-face video and high-quality screen sharing. If you're interested in learning about Buddhism online, make sure to check out the MCU website. Moving next, the novices monks in Thailand are practicing social distancing while keeping up with their Pali studies. The coronavirus crisis has prompted the closing of schools and universities around the world. But at a Buddhist temple in Bangkok, young novices and monks are pressing on with their studies while observing social distancing. About 60 student monks, some of them elementary school age, wear face shields and clothes masks, some matching their saffron color robes as they attend lessons at Wat Moli Lokayalam. The novices live at the temple, so its abbot saw no reasons to discontinue the study of the ancient scriptural language of Pali because of the virus, which has seen all government schools closed for weeks. Instead, the temple has set desks no less than 2 meters apart to try to prevent any spread of the virus. We check temperatures of all monks and novices every morning, said the abbot, who uses the monastic name Pate Pariyatimoli. Monks and novices are required to wear face masks when they have activities outside their living quarters. This is to protect all involved. The temple is now closed for the usual practice of monks receiving alms of food from the public. Instead, food is cooked inside the temple and distributed to everyone, the abbot said. Special thanks to BangkokPost.com for the news. Next, authorities in the U.S. are enforcing bans on temples gatherings, but its monks and nuns then sought ways to put practices of compassion and generosity into action to help the people there with the fight against COVID-19. Buddhist monastics and temple volunteers from New York and California have independently organized to produce face shields for medical workers in their communities. In New York, Dean Tan Trent and 55 fellow Vietnamese Americans from the Tan Tien Buddhist temples in the city of Rochester have produced 5,500 face shields for Rochester General and Strong Memorial Hospitals. Across the country in Riverside, California, Venerable Shuang Ti Tet of Pak Tay Temple is working alongside monks and nuns to produce around 600 masks a day for frontline health workers in the area. The work of both temples reflects efforts carried out by Buddhist organizations, large and small, around the world, as restrictions prevent monks and nuns from carrying out regular meetings with temple members and the public. Many have sought ways to put their practices of compassion and generosity into action to help with the fight against COVID-19. Temple's members help fund the endeavor by donating more than 12,000 US dollars, enabling them and their volunteers to purchase enough supplies to create 8,000 face shields. This allowed them to send many masks to hard-hit areas beyond Rochester, including New York City and its suburbs. Nearly 2,000 of face masks were sent to Rochester General, where they were received by the hospital chief of cardiology. In Riverside, monks and nuns have turned the children's center Zapate Temple into a makeshift factory for face shields of their own. Using simple materials, foam and clear plastic, fastened with hot glue and tape, the team is producing around 600 masks a day for frontline medical workers. And thank you to BuddhistStore.net for the news. Next, experts reveal that meditation can help ease anxiety during this COVID-19 pandemic. In the study, 88% of workers reported experiencing moderate to extreme stress over the past 4 to 6 weeks due to the COVID-19 outbreak. Dr. Matt Foley, a licensed clinical physiologist and assistant professor in the Department of Psychiatry at University of Utah, believes that the continuation of uncertain times can cause even more damage to our mental health. One way to combat the increase in stressors is to practice guided meditation. Dr. Matt presented a guided meditation in the recent episodes of the Project Recovery podcast. Guided meditation is a specific type of mind-body complementary medicine that strives to create a deep state of relaxation. By steadying your breathing and focusing on the moment, you exercise your ability to focus and concentrate. According to Dr. Matt, the reality is the frontal lobe of our brain is one of the areas where we focus and concentrate. Functional MRI studies have shown that people who meditate regularly, we can see a strengthening of that frontal lobe of our brain, he said. And to hear from Dr. Matt Foley, you can subscribe to the Project Recovery podcast on Apple Podcast. Special thanks to KSL News Radio. Next, if you're experiencing the Corona blues, we got great news for you. The Cultural Corps of South Korean Buddhism announced that it has resumed some of its Temple Stay program. The Cultural Corps of Korean Buddhism, an affiliate of the Jogye Order of Korean Buddhism, currently operates Temple Stay programs at 139 temples around the country. All its programs were suspended on February 24th due to the COVID-19 outbreak. In line with the government's social distancing guidelines, only temple stay programs for individual participants have reopened. Group programs remain suspended. Our decision came after the government decided to ease its social distancing guidelines. Venerable Wong Kyung, the head monk, stated in a statement, "Due to the prolonged virus pandemic, many people are depressed and tired. To assist the public in overcoming the Corona blues, we have decided to resume our temple stay program," Venerable Wong Kyung added. The Corps ordered all temples to follow the government's COVID-19 regulations strictly. They must install hand sanitizer, hand out masks on site, and sanitize the temples regularly. The program operator also said the temples are required to check the participants daily for any symptoms of the disease. Established in 2004, the Cultural Corps of Korean Buddhism promotes Korean Buddhism and related cultural content. Meanwhile, the Corps is providing free temple stays at 16 of its temples to medical staff who are on front lines of the battle against the new coronavirus. It will accept up to 2,000 people in the free program, which runs until October 31st. And thank you to Korean Herald for the news. We had seen how the Buddhist monks and nuns help the people in the U.S. Now let us see how the Buddhist monks in Thailand help the locals in Chiang Mai province during the COVID-19 economic crisis.
Giving and generosity is the foundation of Buddhism. This kind of giving is purely from the heart and without expectations. After hearing that COVID-19 caused many villagers to lose their jobs, the monks at the Babé meditation retreat took action. They collected dry food to offer to the local villagers. They also offered a Buddha statue to the local temple. The monks expressed their gratitude and gave the locals a blessing. And for the elderly who could not travel, the monks braved the storm and delivered it to their doorstep. they continued from house to house.
Rejoice in your marriage, Satu ka. And make sure that you check out this YouTube channel below. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. Let us end at our insight with the Lord Buddha's Dhamma quote. Wisdom springs from meditation. Without meditation, wisdom wanes. Having known these two paths of progress and decline, let the man so conduct himself that his wisdom may increase. Thank you for joining us, and make sure you check out all episodes of our Adver Insight News program on our website gbnus.com. Have a wonderful week and สวัสดีค่ะ